I just thought I would take you along with me again on a quick Photoshop Elements tutorial of how I'm going to change this paper slightly to use it in my Week in the Life notebook. I liked the year when I asked for other voices from my family to add into my story. Because I'm an empty nester, it created more interest. So I want to change this paper so that it says other voices. So I've already used the colour picker tool here and picked out the yellow from here, and it's changed the colour here so that my new title I can have in that yellow, which is what I wanted. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm covering up this title, getting it out the way. So I'm going to use my marquee tool and I'm going to draw a rectangle here, and I'm going to copy this chunk of paper and place it over the top. So to do that, I have to go Control and press C on my PC, and that'll copy that chunk. And then I go Layer, New, Layer via Copy. And over here you can see that it's made a layer, well, it says layer 3, but it's made a layer there with that chunk of background paper. So if I then go back over here to my move tool, it'll show me where that chunk is, and I can get hold of it and move it up and cover that title. I've got to be careful here because I'm going over the edge of the pink frame, so I'm just going to shrink it in a bit at both sides so that it doesn't go over the pink frame, like so, and click done. So when I click off that now, you can see I've now got the blank frame. So now I want to make my own title to put in there that says other voices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new blank file, and I'm going to choose 3x4 card. That will do. Click OK. And on here, I'm going to stamp the word other voices. So what I want to do, or the words other voices, what I want to do is get my digital stamps by selecting the brush tool. And then I go down here and click on this, and you can see that I've already loaded the alphabet from this year's release here, and this is the one I want to use. So when I click on a letter here, so I'll start other with O, I bring it out over here and it's huge. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the size with this slider down here, about somewhere probably about 71 would do. And then when I bring it up, I can see on this 3x4 card, it's roughly the size I want it to be. I'm not going to press it yet because I want to make a new layer to put this first word on. So layer, new, layer, and click OK. And that's made a second layer here, and that's where I'm going to do my stamping. So here, I now click on it, it'll make the letter O in the yellow on that new layer. Now you can't see the new layer, it's transparent, but it just means if I put the word other all together on that layer, I can move it about on that background. So that's why I've done that. So now I'll go back down here and I get the T. I'll have the one with the line underneath it. And 71 again, roughly. Yeah. And bring that up, line it up where you want it, and click. And then I go back down here again, and I think we'll have this H, and again 71. I do it like this. I don't know if there's a different way of doing it, but this is how I do it, and it seems to work fine, so that's how I've stuck with it. So that's the H. and then I wanted E of this E, 71. I like these fonts that have a mixture of uppercase and lowercase. I think it adds variety to your project, so I really like that. So every time there is one, I usually buy it in digital format, and I use it quite a lot. And then slide down to make it 671 roughly. There. Other. So that's the word other. And now I'm going to make a new layer and make the word voices. New layer, layer 2. So I'm now working on layer 2. It's highlighted here, and that I'm going to put the word voices. So I'll go down here and just continue in the same way as I did before, making the word voices. V O I. No, I. I'll have the full I. Got to resize it there. I C 70 71. I wish you could just type in 71, but I don't think there is anywhere to do that. I haven't worked that out yet anyway, if there is. E and S. That S there, I think. There we are, other voices. So if I go back to my move tool, voices is now all in one piece on one layer, and other is now all in one piece on another layer. So I just check that I've got those lined up above each other how I like them before I go any further. If I want to just nudge it, I can use the arrow keys down here just to nudge it up and across if I want it to be more accurate. And then those two, I'm happy with those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click on the top layer, and I'm going to merge the top layer down into the second layer so that both of my words are now grouped together. So now what I want to do is I want to select that new title. So I go over here to the Magic Wand tool, and I click on the, make sure I'm on the layer that is the word. I click on the word and it selects all of the word there. And so I can go down to my keyboard and go Control C, hold Control down, press C, and that copies on my PC. And then when I go back to the page here, I can then do Control V and it'll paste it there. And now with my move tool selected, I can move that wherever I want it. I can make it bigger if I want it bigger and move it to the top and click check. Or if I prefer, that's the wrong layer again. Click on it till it's highlighted and move it to the bottom. Whichever layer you clicked on over here is the one that'll move. So I can have it at the top, I can have it at the bottom. So that's how I've done it. I'll show you how I'm going to use it in my notebook.